Men not being a hater, but what's more special than that? Just things you can talk about and like I said, and try to teach her and try to tell her. If you could hurt for her, you could, as it with any of your kids. But because you are that woman, that your daughter, your baby girl, your little lady you see is growing up to be, you would take every bit of hurt, every tear, if you could, away from her.
So what's it like sitting pregnant, Mom?
Oh, that's absolutely, and I keep saying absolutely the most beautiful thing in the world. And you know, I have to admit, right on this camera, who are all looking now, you know, I wanted a little girl. Mm-hmm. But God has His reason for everything. Mm-hmm. So He started Kenya and I with a little boy.
This was gonna be a girl. We just knew it. And when the doctor said you having a boy, I was in so much denial because I felt some type of kindred connection with my baby. I was like, I just noticed a girl and I'm feeling her already. We right here. And I was preparing myself for the teenage years and for her first love and her first heartbreak and what I was going to tell her. And, you know, of course, her being a teenage girl, she probably would not think that I knew what I was talking about because I didn't think she knew what she was talking about. But as you learn when you get older, I say 99.9% of the time, your mother is not wrong about anything. So if any of y'all out there have acrimonious relationships with your mothers, try to mend it. You only got one. You're not going to get another one. So agree to disagree and just move on from it. Move on from it.
And I wish mine was here to see this baby, but I'm sure she is, as well as my dad. They both see this joyous occasion. I can't tell you. There are no words, and I don't have the vocabulary that my daughter does to reach out and tell you how special this is. And I hope with all you mothers who have your daughters are close enough to your daughters where you love your daughters as well as your grandkids, you know, and just keep that family thing going, because it gets bigger, but then it gets smaller too, because their grands and their great grands, once they're gone, they've gone. And with me, my mom, my dad, 4 brothers, both sets of grands have gone. My aunts, I only have one. Hey, Auntie Isabel. Only have one.
You can't put too many people's names.
Okay, I just said one.
We probably shouldn't even say our
Well,
own
you didn't even
name.
say your daddy's name.
Well, Daddy might not want us to say.
Well, we are ourselves.
You're not gonna hit my husband's name, so
well,
cancel
my
that.
husband's, I can't. That's her dad and my husband.
My husband know who he is. Hey, baby, I love you.
Anyway, it's our taping.
Not
so
unless he
we're
wants
not being
to.
derogatory.
I always say, unless
and-
somebody wants to have their business out on Front Street, I'm not gonna put my husband out there like that.
I put mine out like that because we've been together
Yeah,
a long.
my parents have been together for how long?
Time. We've
How
been
long?
married since '86, but we started talking back in the '70s.
Started
In fact,
talking.
1980.
Now you see, that's a generational thing.
We married
That's
in
not what we
'86.
call it in
We started going
2013.
together. What did you all call it? What'd you call it?
Well, going together, but not talking, and you know y'all
Well, we
weren't
did,
talking.
but
They weren't talking.
Anyway, yes, we
They
were
probably didn't
in
do much
'70. So that's a lot of years. That's a lot of years, but that's a subject. Oh my God, that's probably a week's worth of subject.
Trust us, we'll have a whole lot to say about that. My mom has taught me so much. Even before I lost my virginity, I talked to my mom. So that just
my
goes
God,
to show.
no, you didn't say virginity.
Mom, I was
you
25
you
years
reach
old.
back now and tell your
I was
husband's name.
20. Oh God, I'm not even talking about who it was too.
Ooh.
But I was 25 years old, and I went to my mom, I went to my dad, and I went to the person I was with. I went to that mom at the time and talked to them about it. So that just goes to show the kind of relationship my mom and I have. I wasn't going to do it even as a grown woman without talking to my mom about it first. And again, she told me this is not going to change anything.
Yes, I did.
And she was right.
Yeah, because girls, I guess, and some guys, I'm not even putting a damper on guys, but today we're talking about girls. Of course they think that they're loved. You know, if we do things this way, or we must be doing something wrong. We don't have all of this man's attention. What in the world is going on? Until we grow in ourselves, we don't realize that it's absolutely nothing wrong with us. Mm-mm. So when Kenya came to me and her dad and said, you know, I'm gonna do this, Mom and Dad, what do you think? Well, all we had to say was, you know, we appreciate and love the idea that you know, the fact that you came to us, but you're a woman now, you have to make your own decisions. But please know that losing your virginity is not going to make or break, you know, your relationship. It's the relationship that makes or break the relationship.
That's
in
true.
In my opinion.
That's true.
It's the relationship that makes or break it.
I was a grown woman, and it was not worth it. And all I got to say is the man I'm with now, I wish I would have still been a virgin for him. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, I won't even get into that about being a virgin. I was when I met Kenya's dad, not. But I was lucky. You know, kids these days and time, girls, Lord, keep your respect. I was just lucky with mine. I kept mine all this time. But I'm so proud that my daughter, you know, was not out here as some young ladies are. And ladies, if you're out, come in, be close to your mamas. They know, I'm sorry, everything. Come to them about everything. Do not put yourself out there to be labeled by any young man. Do not do it, because you'll regret it the rest of your life. Don't try to get pregnant, to try to keep a man. You'll regret it.
Which brings me to another point. Now, we may at times be talking about pop culture stuff, celebrity stuff, and we're going to wrap up here in a minute, but one of the things I did want to discuss with my mom was the whole Miley Cyrus brouhaha. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, but you said her name.
Well, she's a celebrity.
She might not want you to say her name.
She's all over the internet. She didn't want nobody saying her name. She wouldn't have been on MTV rubbing up against Mary Robin Thicke, twerking her booty up against her.
But he was also rubbing up against her. He didn't say, excuse me, Miley, and leave the stage.
Anyway,
so
we're not here to judge or say A, B, C, D, E, F, G about any of that. I have my own opinions about it as a wife and as a future mother, not to a daughter, but to a son, who may one day grow up and date a girl who wants to twerk, but she won't be twerking in my house. Let's just put it like that. But as a mother, even though Miley Cyrus is 20 years old, she's not yet. I'm very old-fashioned. I'm the most liberal, conservative person you will ever meet in your life. I have a very radical mind, but when it comes to family stuff, I'm extremely traditional. When it comes to marriage, I'm traditional. When it comes to sex, anyway. Traditional as far as
what does that mean?
A one man
anyway.
and one. If you are a couple, man, woman, man, woman, woman, whatever. We're not gonna get into that either. But it should just be the two of y'all. Nobody else need to come in between here. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, what I'm saying is, if I had a daughter, and whatever age she is, trust me and believe, advice does not stop from your parents just because you're 20, 15, 21, 35. It goes on and on and on, unsolicited most of the time. I don't ask her, she just tells me. Trust and believe that. And I'm sure I'll be the same way. But had I been 20 years old and you would have saw me doing something like that, what would you have said something? Because her parents were I haven't heard her mother say anything, but her dad doesn't say anything negative about his daughter. Which can be good or bad. But if you see your child doing something that you may feel like is contradictory to how you raised them, should you say something or not?
Well, yeah, you can voice your opinion, and I'm not sure of the whole Miley Cyrus thing, but I've been hearing some stuff about it on the news. But I would have gotten you told probably, but then it would all have already been done. Mm-hmm. So in a situation where it's already done, as with any moms know what their daughters are doing. And if they don't, they're just closing a blind eye. When your daughter go out here and when they come in from 15 to whatever age, you allow them, but you really don't want them to. But they're 15, what can you do? You allow them to go out, you may allow them to date, to go to the movies. You're not stupid because you've been there, done that. Mm-hmm. And game recognizes game. So most of the time, I say 90-something% of the time, what your kid is doing. Mm-hmm. So all you can do is voice your opinion as far as your daughter is concerned, because like my daughter said, we don't know what we're talking about. So in that situation, I say experience is the best teacher. She may think it's cute now, but in the end, she has to live with it. So if she can live with it, all you can do is pray for her. And like I say, just tell her how you feel. You can't turn your back on her. You have to love her right on. But as long as she knows from the heart how you feel about the situation, that's about all you can do. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up for the day, Mom?
No.
I think we've given them quite an earful for today. Excuse me, adjusting my clothes. My little boy is moving a little bit right now.
And I'm sure you're noticing me. I'm not with child, but I'm full-figured. Proud of it.
Both of us are full-figured and proud of it. Thank you.
I'm okay.
Love it. Mm-hmm. If you don't, who will?
That's
anyway.
Right. That's right.
Okay. And in closing, I do want to say, probably in future episodes, in between segments, will be you may see some stuff regarding the book that I wrote. I wrote a book last year for my goddaughter. I won't say her name, but we'll be talking about some subjects that I talked about in that book as well. You may see some advertisements for upcoming shows for the Legacy Theater Production Company.
We'll show it if her mom and her gives up.
I don't know. I guess at a certain point, it stops.
Okay, did it start back?
Yeah, I started.
It gives us the camera. We don't have anybody running this camera, so it's running automatically on its own. But hopefully you like what you heard today, and if you didn't, that's on you.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not going to stop because you didn't like it. That's like we say, right. Just email to what? One more time, can you?
Email us at
October 1st.
Yes. Pandora's Box KK@hotmail.com. Yeah. Again, nothing derogatory, nothing demeaning, nothing salacious, nothing explicit,
nothing sarcastic,
judgmental.
Well, maybe a little sarcastic.
Yes. Any suggestions or topics that you would have discussed, any advice that you may have about a particular subject.
That's right.
Like I said, we'll be talking about things light and heavy on here. There's no particular format that we'll be following. Everything is just flying by the seat of our pants and I'm sure as time goes on, we'll get better at it and we'll become more seasoned and a little bit more tight with what we're trying to do. But I had a good time.
And maybe
today.
not. We're just being ourselves. And me, I'm not too comfortable behind this camera, but Kenya is, so she'll keep it
I
rolling.
love it. Ain't it crazy? When I was a little girl, my mom used to take pictures of me. She used to take pictures of me, even though I was scared of the camera. And there's so many pictures of me going.
Oh yeah, she was frightened, but she was very.
Now I love
shy.
the camera. Please put a camera on me. I'm like, hi.
And see, it took me a while. I canceled one show, and it took me a while to kind of make myself do this. Not that I'm uncomfortable sitting here, but I'm not a sitter. If I'm sitting like this, I'm somewhere
real
asleep.
bad.
So I have to be moving. So
ADD, BET, BED, whatever.
I'm sure I'll be okay. You know, the little time that we're on. So not to take up any more of your time. Now comes the part where we ask each other, and I don't know why she wanted this.
Because I like asking questions. I'm an inquisitive
you as
person.
a mom, you
Some
don't know
would say
what
I'm
your daughter
nosy.
might say, you know.
Some would
Or
say I'm
ask.
nosy. I'm not nosy. I'm inquisitive. I won't say I've always wanted to be a journalist, but I've always taken a deep interest in people's lives. And I think the only time people really get offended by that, first of all, if you don't know them, I don't ask people questions if I don't know them, first of all, or if we're not already having a conversation. But on top of that, I'm genuinely interested in people's lives, and I'm a writer. So a lot of times I'm coming up with story ideas in my head, talking to people, and they don't even realize it. But I'm smart enough and talented enough to twist it around in a way so if it did come out, they wouldn't know what I was talking about. But I don't want to discourage any of you from talking to us. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, I totally forgot my train of thought. But anyway, 3 questions. Ma, you want to go first or me?
Yeah, I like to go first.
Uh-oh.
Maybe you, me, and you, me. Now thinking
nervous. I'm nervous.
About Kenya saying that we need to ask each other some questions at the end. I'm still not sure why. I lay in bed at night, and every time I think of one, I'd get up and write it down. So here goes. Kenya, my first question to you is, excuse me, glasses, and I broke my other one, so hopefully these are straight. What is your fondest childhood memory?
Wow, God, Ma, that's a hard one. I will say, in retrospect, knowing that there is no man in a red suit, I don't want to say, because somebody might have their kids in the room while we talking about this, but y'all know, adults know what I mean. You always believed that there was that person putting out Christmas presents, and then later you found out it was, My fondest memory, I guess, was, one of my fondest was...
One of your fondest, yeah. That's fine. You can say one of your fondest.
I remember one time I got up in the middle of the night, and I came in, at the time we stayed in a different house, so the bedrooms and the dining room and the kitchen were all kind of in close proximity. And my mom was, I don't know what she was doing. She was standing in the dining room doing something, and I saw the cookies and the milk that I had left out still on the table. And I said, what happened? He didn't get his cookies and the milk. He didn't want them. And she said, no, he had to hurry up and go to the other people's houses, so he didn't have time to eat the cookies and drink the milk. So he said to give them to you. And I believed her. I really believed that he was in this big rush and only had time to come and drop my presents off, and then he had to go somewhere else. But I remember feeling like this sense of magic that, oh my God, he was here, and my mom talked to him, and I was asleep and I missed him. So that's one of my favorite memories. And Christmases and Halloweens, my mom and my dad always let us celebrate those holidays, and that was just a very magical time in my life, going trick-or-treating and waking up on Christmas morning and seeing all the presents underneath the tree. And years later, knowing that my mom and my dad took the time to do that, those are some of my fondest memories. So my first question to you, Mom.
Help me. Go ahead.
What's the thing that you, this is a very narcissistic question.
See, our vocabulary is just... Go ahead.
What do you admire most about me as your daughter?
I think what I admire most about you as my daughter, or as anybody's daughter, if you were anybody's daughter, is that at trying times are times for trying. So in your trying times, you continue to try once you've shaken it off. Because I've always taught you, hopefully you'll continue to know that one of our most favorite pastors said, a setback is a setup for a greater comeback. So in your most trying times, like I say, now not that they get you down, but you still try.
Thank you, Mom. What's my second question? I love
My
that
second question, excuse me, class time.
Just
Your
keep it
worst.
good, Mama.
Oh God, your worst childhood memory.
Oh God, I don't want to talk about this on camera, Mom.
Go ahead and do it.
I keep it short and sweet. As an adult and as a married woman, I understand now what I didn't know then about my parents' marriage is that anytime you're with another person who has grown up with a different set of rules and regulations, different set of parents, a different childhood, a different mindset, a different history than you, you're going to have some sometimes heavy and sometimes heated arguments when you're married. So my worst childhood memories were, of course, the times that my parents did argue. They never got physically violent, but it was very, very hard for me. I have a half brother, but I was the only child in the house. So at the time, being the only person dealing with that and not understanding what that was all about and hearing their raised voices and, you know, sometimes it getting chaotic and uncomfortable, was all I'm going to say about that. I didn't have anybody to turn to, but those are my worst childhood memories. But in retrospect, again, not that I agree with how it was handled, and not that I necessarily agree with how I've always handled things in my own relationships, because a lot of times we learn by what we see. But I'm thankful that I did see it because it made me more determined not to let my child witness and experience that type of acrimony in my own marriage.
That's right.
And you know, realizing that if it's more uncomfortable than it is comfortable,
That's right.
then you need to remove your children from that
That's
situation.
right. And please listen to that also.
Mhm.
And that's a mother-child subject, not necessarily a mother-daughter, but a mother-child. And that's what I'm telling my daughter as well as my son-in-law. Bring my grand to me, or excuse yourselves completely away from situations like that. Because if they don't think it's their fault, it just does damage. That sometimes, thank God, not in this situation. And then maybe in some situations it did, that sometimes can't be fixed or mended as far as your kids are concerned. But moving right along, because we'll be touching
Yeah, I know
on
we
those
were both
other
very
subjects.
long-winded, as you can see.
Yeah.
Second question, Mom, what's your favorite color and why?
I think my favorite color is black, because to some people black may mean mourning, but to me black is in my eyes black is a light color. Black is light to me, and so black, you can put anything with it and bring it out. Even Pandora's box looks black, looks pretty with black. And I don't know
Black
why
with
black is my favorite color, except to say that black to me, it may be white to you or pink to you, and that's why I like black, because you can just put it. Does that sound silly?
No, I don't understand what you mean. But it's
And you
not-
may not either, but black is my favorite color. I have to say about that, and I really don't know why. But it's not for a mourning thing, you know. And people
To me,
wear
black
flag.
is sexy, so I totally
Yeah,
get it.
so-
And I don't just mean from a racial standpoint.
Yeah.
I just mean, and it's slimming. You can put
Yeah,
on black and you
slim
look
down.
10 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why I like
But you can pull that black out and just put whatever you want to with it.
Mm-hmm. What's your last question, Mumsy?
All right. Your biggest regret up to this point in your life.
That is easy. My biggest regret is not starting when I should have.
Up to this point, yeah.
Do not waste your time on a bunch of BS. And my mom and I both have very healthy language, so I'm censoring myself a lot during this conversation.
alright.
But you know what I mean by BS. My biggest regret is that I wasted so much of my time on useless relationships, on useless men, worrying more about getting somebody to love me than pursuing my dreams, and getting somebody's attention rather than learning to love myself, not taking care of my body like I should have when I was younger, not pursuing my dreams, not, being afraid. Don't be afraid. You only have one life. I think I said something, it might have been on Facebook, I don't remember what I said. What was it? It was damn good though. Oops, sorry.
I
Damn
don't
is
know
not
if
a
you can put
bad
that
word.
on there. Can you?
Damn is not a bad word.
Anyway,
Damn
go
is
ahead.
in the Bible. I don't remember what I said, but more or less it's like, just to paraphrase it, you only have one life to live. And one of my former teachers, acting teachers, I was in a few of her plays, used to always say, this is not a dress rehearsal. You don't get to do it twice. Nobody has your dreams but you. Nobody can make them come true but you. So don't depend on other people to get you to that dream. Don't depend on other people to believe in your dream. Believe in yourself harder than anybody else does. Always fight for yourself. Always advocate for yourself. Always, even on your ugliest day, tell yourself, I am the baddest thing walking on the face of the earth. Can't nobody touch me. You say that to yourself enough times, you'll start to believe it. Don't worry about what might and what might not. Like my mom said, I got the theater, I got the, I try to, be a writer and write books and write plays, this, that, and the other. It doesn't matter to me if 10 people see it or 100. Of course, you want the adulation, you want the accolades. You do want you want the notoriety for doing what you love, and all that'll come. But don't worry about how fast or how slow things are happening, because if you're always doing something, you don't have time to worry about what's not happening or why is this not happening or when is it going to happen, this, that, and the other. And the thing that I found most fulfilling for myself is, on top of being a wife and upcoming mother, I have a life outside of my husband and outside of being a mother, outside of being a daughter, outside of being a Christian. I have a whole lot of things inbred in me that I can do and that I want to do. And I don't allow other people to label me and keep me in a box. And I don't allow myself to be kept.
But she did.
Yeah.
So ladies, don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
No.
You have to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, other people pick up on that. And I tell Kenya that all the time. They've told from a kid, it was very hard for her in school. Growing up being shy, for one thing. And people can read you, and those young bullies become older bullies, so they can read you and tell when you're sensitive.
Mean women,
and they breed on that, though. They feed on it.
Men too.
So you stand up for yourself, ladies.
Don't get it twisted, women. Men can be jealous of you too. Your boyfriend, your husband, all of that. And they either knowingly or unknowingly make you feel bad about yourself. Don't let them do it. God made us women for a reason. And we're every woman, all of us. We're every woman individually. I am woman
and collectively. So, with that being said,
is that my third question? I haven't asked you a third question.
I'm not sure.
Can you keep it quick?
I'm not sure.
What do you fear most, for having your heart broken or death?
Having my heart broken or death. I would say death. Not that I fear dying, just I don't want to leave my family. I fear leaving my family without having left. And I think my legacy is fulfilled enough. But if there's some things I want to do before I die, I mean, nothing big. I mean, it's just some things I don't want my family to know about that pertains to me dying. So hopefully, I'm not dying today. No, some things you think in your mind as you get older, especially when you get ready to become a grandparent. Okay, the legacies and all of that, you want to leave them, and you wish, which in your other life you can be outside your funeral anyway, and do what they say. But I just go ahead to say I want to leave this DVD, and I want to leave them individually to my grand. I want to leave one to Kenya, one to my son-in-law, one to my husband. I don't want to. I fear that I won't have this time to do that. So in saying that, I want to go ahead and get it done. So if you're 59 or you're already a parent, grandparent, go ahead and get that part of your life done. Is what I'm saying. Don't put off tomorrow for what you should do today. And I'm glad my mom and dad put those things into perspective, and I want to do that as well. So that was a hard question, because I don't feel get my heart broke. Been there, done all of that. So
it still don't feel good when it's done, though.
Was my heart being broken, I guess, with the death of my mama and my dad and my brothers. That was heartbreaking too. So that was a real good question.
Thank you, Mom.
So, but death, yeah, because you don't know when it's coming, maybe.
I don't want to keep talking about this month.
Yeah.
It's kind of depressing.
But oh, happy day.
But I do believe my mom. There's a lot of things that God has not shown my mom yet that she's gonna do in her lifetime, and maybe this is one of them. Who knows?
Maybe so.
Maybe one day she'll be on national television.
No,
I wouldn't mind it.
I'm very fulfilled in the job that I hold.
I'd be very, very proud for my mom to have her own show.
I'm very fulfilled in the job that I hold.
You ain't never seen nothing like on TV. That's for sure.
The job that I hold daily, and my role as mom, my role as a wife, my role as a stepmom, as a sister, as an aunt, as a great aunt. I'm very fulfilled on it and very blessed in those areas. So, and I hope that you are too, people. If you're not, just hold your family as tight as you can, and just call them if you haven't talked to them. Say hello. Be the first. Be the bigger one to call and tell them hello. Especially if you got a daughter.
You don't want to leave this world regressing. You don't want anybody else to leave and then you have regrets of what you didn't do. Put your pride aside. Put on your big girl or big boy panties or underwear, jockey shorts, boxer shorts, whatever you wear, and get over it.
Put your house in order. Oh, do it today.
That was beautiful.
No, that was kind of weak, but I can't sing. But
she can sing. She
anyway.
can blow the roof off this mother.
But do it today. Put your house in order with your family, because family is very important. And with this, we love you. We'll be back again. Just look for us in the future, and October 1st, email us.
Yes. We'll get that. Once again, that email address is Pandora's Box KK@hotmail.com, which will be available October 1st. Website coming later. Again, any questions, suggestions, topics, whatever, we welcome them all. And God bless you, and thank you for tuning in to Pandora's Box with Kenya and Kay. We'll
see you later.
Next time.
Bye bye.
See you later. Don't say bye. See you later.
See you
Bye
later.
is too final. See you later.
No.
Good job, boy.